Hey guys, it's me again, Jonah here from Second Seat Fitness and SCT. I'm going to be outlining for you what our training week is going to look like on our SCT competitors program. So last week we brought you this idea of every single training day having a strength session, CrossFit session and a conditioning session for you to choose from, and you kind of designing your perfect training week based on what you need to work on. So now we're going to be talking about what each specific session is going to look like in a little bit more depth, and we're also going to be posting a sample week onto our website so you guys can have a look at exactly what a week with SCT is going to look like. We're going to start by talking about the strength sessions. So the idea behind all these programs, all these sessions to begin with, is we're going into our kind of post-open limiter or weakness phase of training where we're just focused on building your weaknesses, whatever that may be, whether that is strength, CrossFit, conditioning, and just getting better at what you need to get better at. So starting with strength, a general approach to strength training here is the auto-regulation is kind of king. We could program 5 back squats at 80% for 5 sets, and depending on the athlete, that might be really hard for some athletes, that might be really easy for some athletes. Some athletes might get a lot from it, some athletes might not get any from it. So instead, the approach we're going to be taking is we could hit 5 back squats and then repeat that until you've got 1 good set left in the tank. So 5 back squats, we'll take a couple of minutes rest and repeat until you've got 1 set left. And then that way, maybe Johnny gets 3 sets and Anne gets 15 sets, but they're both kind of experience the same strength stimulus. Everyone kind of needs different things when it comes to strength training to get stronger. So we're going to auto-regulate a whole lot of this training. So starting with Monday's kind of theme is going to be Olympic weightlifting and kind of absolute strength. So we're going to focus on Mondays on the snatch and the back squat. So if either of those areas are weak in terms of what CrossFit expects you to do, so maybe a 110 kilo snatch for guys, or 75 kilo snatch for girls, maybe this is what we need to bring up. So Mondays is going to be snatch and back squats. Tuesday is going to look like some pulling and pressing strength. So maybe this is for the people that struggle with gymnastic strength, struggle to pull themselves up on a chest to bar pull-up or a bar muscle-up. If you need to get stronger at pulling, Tuesdays is the day for you. Wednesday, we're going back to Olympic weightlifting and absolute strength, where we're looking more at the clean this time and the deadlift. Friday, we're going to be sticking with Olympic lifting. Notice we rest in Thursdays and go clean and jerk, or maybe just jerk, so a bit more kind of Olympic lifting, speed, overhead strength, and front squats. And then Saturday, we're going back to gymnastic strength for things like strict handstand push-ups and ring dips. So kind of gymnastics pressing strength on a Saturday. So again, maybe that's if you can't string together lots of handstand push-ups, or you can't do a strict handstand push-up, then that strength session will be perfect for you. So there's a balance between some Olympic lifting, some absolute strength, some gymnastic strength. If you feel you're weaker strength-wise in all areas, then maybe we're going to look at hitting the strength session every single day. If we think, yeah, my gymnastics is really good, but my top-end strength numbers aren't there, maybe we'll go on a Monday, Wednesday, Friday to hit those Olympic lifting sessions. But that's a quick breakdown of what strength is going to look like for our first 12 weeks on this new training cycle. Now to CrossFit. The idea here is that you should all be doing some CrossFit. That is a sport you're playing in. Even if you think you need to work on strength or maybe even work on your conditioning, we still always want to touch on CrossFit because that is a sport you are doing. Now we're going to have some different sessions built in there so you can prioritize which CrossFit sessions you want to do. So the first session we're going to do on Monday is CrossFit interval style training. So maybe we could take the open workouts this year or last year, maybe say 20.1 with the ground to overheads and burpees. Maybe that's going to be, we're going to do a 2-minute AMRAP of that and then rest 2 minutes, and we're going to go until we've completed 10 rounds for that kind of workout. But that could be really anything. The goal here is just to be able to kind of raise our intensity levels for a longer period of time and kind of train for that. So maybe you can move quickly at a high turnover for 2 minutes at a time, and at 2 minutes you sort of crash and burn. Maybe that's 4 minutes, maybe that's 7 minutes. But over time we're going to want to progress that so that in a month's time, instead of going fast for 2 minutes, we can go fast for 3 minutes. And then by the Open next year, maybe we can go fast for 9 minutes or 12 minutes or something in the kind of time frame we see of a 21.2. Tuesday is going to be what I'm calling CrossFit cyclical work. And this is all about flow and transitions and continuous movement in a mixed format. I think the best CrossFitters in the world are really good at making CrossFit cyclical. So it's not, I'm going to do something and get really tired and then rest while I do the burpees. And then I'm going to do assault bike really hard, but then again, I'm going to do box jumps and I'm going to take them slower and recover. This is going to be trying to start here and linearly progress down in kind of tiredness as we go across the workout, making CrossFit feel like cyclical work. So a 20-minute CrossFit workout feels more like a 20-minute assault bike piece. Wednesday is going to be kind of capacity work. So this is kind of movement endurance. If you're someone that thinks, I get really tired when I do a lot of toaster bar and I kind of hit 50 toaster bar in a workout, and anything after 50, my form goes to shit, and I can't really keep a rhythm going, and I just kind of lose all my toaster bar. So this would be perfect for you because we're going to start developing more capacity in kind of typical CrossFit movements. Maybe that is a toaster bar, maybe it's a wall ball, maybe it's a pull-up. Whatever you need to work on, that's where you're going to find that. Friday is going to be our performance piece. CrossFit performance, our open style test, our quarterfinal style test, whatever you want to call it, just doing some CrossFit, a typical CrossFit Metcon. That's going to be Friday. Saturday is going to be skill work. So if you need to develop your muscle ups or handstand push-ups or handstand walking or even double unders, then Saturday is going to be perfect for you. Whether you need to work on them under low intensity, whether you need to work on them under fatigue, Saturday is going to be your CrossFit skill session. Moving on to conditioning, this is the one that no one's going to want to do, but I highly recommend everyone doing at least some of. Your capacity in a mixed work format is only going to be ever as good as your ability to suffer on a cyclical movement like a bike or a rower. And the higher you can move your ceiling up on cyclical work, the higher that ceiling is going to become for mixed work. So Mondays are going to be focused on improving your cardiac output, improving your delivery of oxygen from your heart to your working muscles. So you might find something where you're going to sit on a rower at a steady pace, and every 30 seconds we're going to get a little bit faster and a little bit faster and a little bit faster until we fail, forcing our heart to pump more blood into our bodies. If you're someone that finds you kind of get a bit of a pump on in kind of workouts where maybe it should be a little bit more aerobic and your back blew out on 21.2, maybe that's suggesting that you are in need of a bit more cardiac output and you're struggling to pump enough blood to the working muscles so they can keep moving at this kind of cyclical pace. So that's going to be Mondays. Tuesdays are going to be respiratory cyclical intervals or work. So essentially we're going to get breathing hard, we're going to get out of breath, we're going to train ourselves to be able to breathe quickly and deeply so we can get in as much oxygen as we can and clear all that CO2 when we're moving nice and fast. So again, if you're someone that, I never really get pumped up in Metcons, but I get really out of breath easy, these are going to be perfect for you. Wednesday, we're going to look at our running. So running is awesome. Running is great at being transferable into our skills such as burpees, box jumps, double unders, things where we're on our feet. So we're going to play around with a load of different running sessions on Wednesdays to try and get you, one, better at running, and two, have some transfer over to your CrossFit or your mixed work. Friday, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to look at upper body cyclical work. So this might be skier, this might be arms only assault bike, but we're going to be looking at, we do a lot of cyclical work with our legs when we're biking, when we're rowing, and you'll feel that burn in your quads. We don't do a lot of that with our upper body. So if you maybe struggled with something like 21.1, where it was wall walks and double unders, very shoulder intensive, and maybe you would get your shoulders blew up, and that was really tough. Maybe you need some upper body cyclical work. So training your arms and your upper body and your shoulders to have a high turnover for a long period of time. So maybe you need more ski erging, arms only assault bike mixed with some double unders and things like that. And then Saturday, we're going to look at our oxygen utilization. So these are going to be utilization sessions, which essentially means repeat sprint training. This is going to be our ability to use oxygen in our muscles as quickly as we can, and generating as much power as we can. I would recommend playing around, doing some different things. Find what is most effective for you, and try some stuff out. If you really want to know more about your limiters, obviously you can come down to Second City Fitness and have a physiological test, which you can find out more about the details and pricing wise on our website. But if not, then yeah, just have a play around with some stuff, see what you kind of enjoy doing and what you think is going to move the needle for you on your conditioning. Like I said, we're going to be posting a full sample week, so you can have a look at the kind of sessions in each format and figure out what your training week is going to look like. We can work with all of you to help you figure out what your training week is going to look like. And if you're new with us or you're looking to join with us, get in touch, let us know what you think, and we'll try and set you up and sort out the best training week you could possibly have repeatedly until next year's open. And again, check out our sample week on our website and link in the bio on our Instagram. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.